Super Rugby Power Rankings, folks. There's one round of Super Rugby to go before we hit the playoffs. Some teams have already booked their spots. Let's do the rankings from the bottom to the top, and you guys can let us know your thoughts on which sides are going to make the top six. I should say I've kind of adjusted the numbering. I used to do like 1, 2, 3 as their own top row, and then the remaining 2 rows of 4. I've put the 3 teams who are already out in this bottom row because that's where they fit in the power rankings, and then we'll go through the rest as the kind of top 2 rows. The Force, sadly, their season has already concluded. Their final game was their loss at home to the Waratahs in kind of super point at the end. They lost their final 5 games of the year. They were genuinely in a position in the playoffs, had a bye. From that bye, drew with the Canes, and then lost every game on their way out the season. So they could still finish last. They are not last on the actual table. They are in 9th. But if the 2 teams below them, the Landers and the Drua, get upset wins, the Force still could genuinely finish last this season. So yeah, it promised a bit, but sadly the latter half of the season did not deliver. It really pains me to say that one. The Landers, I have got them as the same position as last week, same as the Force. 10th for them. It's their 7th losing bonus point of the season against the Crusaders. And the Landers are genuinely the bottom team on the table. They've picked up fewer wins than everybody else with just the 3. But boy, if they haven't gotten close. They really gave the Crusaders a good go of it. They gave the Canes a good go of it the week before. The Landers, but for some missed kicks or a bit of composure or, throwing a bloody line out straight at the end, could have won a couple more games. I don't know if they would have been in the playoffs conversation. Maybe. Like the Blues are in the playoffs conversation with 5 wins, and the Landers have got 3. Plus 7 losing bonus points. So if a couple of those results had gone a different way, then you never know. But sadly, that's not how it's panned out. So they are maybe not as bad as they look on the table. Just need to close out some results. And then there's the Drua. They were on the bye in the most recent round. They've picked up some steam towards the latter end of the season, but ultimately it's been a pretty disappointing season for them. They are in 10th on the table with 4 wins and 9 losses. I've got them down 1 on the power rankings with that bye because somebody else gained some points and went past them. They got their final game of the season against the Reds do the Drua. Next, and they kept their playoff hopes alive, the Waratahs. It seemed like their season had kind of gone to custard. Like after that high point of beating the Chiefs, they had some really, really disappointing results. But that win over the Force in Super Point keeps their destiny kind of in their own hands. There's still the Blues, Moana Pacifica, kind of fighting it out for that 6th spot. I think the Reds are not, like the Reds are all but guaranteed a spot, but not quite. So yeah, the Tars makes that final game against the Blues much more interesting. They are up 1 in the power rankings. Then we get Moana Pacifica at 7th. They are down 1 on the power rankings. Remembering the power rankings are kind of looking at more recent results compared to older results. Their most recent result is an absolute walloping from the Chiefs. And if they finish 6th, as somebody else pointed out, they could play the Chiefs again, which would be, not ideal psychologically, but you do feel like Moana Pacifica, maybe with the highs of beating the Blues the week before, the Battle of the 09 and all that stuff, I don't know, maybe that took a bit out of them. Maybe they went into the Chiefs game a bit underdone. The Chiefs were just very good as well. I don't want to take anything away from the Chiefs because sometimes teams just play really good, and that's what the Chiefs did. So I think the Chiefs would have given most teams a whooping if they played like that. So maybe not by 80 odd points, but yeah, that's just Moana's rotten luck to meet them there. Then we get the Reds. What the hell? How can the Reds be in 6th? We haven't even got to the Blues yet. There is a logic to it, and I feel wrong. I'll show you how it works out. The Blues go there. That seems like a farce. I know. The Blues, the lowly Blues, 5-win Blues. The Chiefs, the Reds have won 7. How can they be below the Blues? Like I said, the way I work out the power rankings it puts more weight on the recent results, and the Reds' recent results stink. The Reds won 5 of their first 6 games. They were flying high. That's where they accumulated 5 of their 7 wins. They've only won 2 of their last 7. If they beat the Drua in their final game, it'll be 3 of their last 8. So the Reds' position on the log is deservedly higher than the Blues, but the Reds aren't in good form right now. They've got some star players doing well. Tate McDermott's still, bossing the show, but they lost to the Canes. They lost to the Brumbies. They've had a lot of losses, the Reds. It's not been a great second half to the season, so that sees them down 1. And the Blues, ironically, by going on the bye, that's like the best thing that happened to them. They've gone up 2 because Moana and the Reds, who were both above them, had disappointing losses. Like the Reds at home and Moana on the road, but by a big margin. So the Blues, believe it or not, they won 4 of their 5 wins in the second half of the season. The Blues' start of the season was a lot worse. Do I think the Blues are a better team than the Reds or even Moana Pacifica right now? Hell no. I'm a Blues fan and my Blues haven't been playing good rugby. I would kind of, in a way, like to see Moana Pacifica make the 6, even if it meant playing the Chiefs again. Just because I think that'd be great for that organisation, and the Blues haven't been playing good rugby, but the Blues have got more recent wins than the Reds. So that's how it spat them out. I promise it's not just me picking my own kid to be a higher spot. I don't want the Blues that high, but there we go. That's how it's kind of worked out. Then we got the actual top sides. I feel like these top 4 are the genuine contenders. With all due respect to the Blues, the Reds, Moana Pacifica, they're in the Tars. I don't feel like any of these teams are proper challengers for the title this year. The Canes also had kind of a bad start to the season, but their second half of the season has been really good. Their win over the Reds, if I'm not mistaken, means 5 wins in a row. The Canes are coming in red hot. No one's going to want to face the Canes in that playoff round. They are going to be proper hard to beat. Then we got the Crusaders. The Crusaders only just limped past the Highlanders. They only just ground out a win at home against one of the bottom sides. So I didn't give the Crusaders much of a bump for that win. So they're the same position. I was expecting them to pass the Brumbies. They are ahead of the Brumbies on the table because they've had one more win. But the Brumbies are here in second because the Brumbies, like the Canes, are actually in pretty recently good form. 3 wins in a row. They were on the bye this week, so that's why I expected the Crusaders to pass them if the Crusaders had got a more impressive result, but they only limped it. Like I said, these guys are playing each other this coming week, so we'll find out who's better between the Brumbies and the Crusaders in Canberra this weekend. Maybe it'll justify my selection. It's just a formula of the Brumbies higher, or maybe it'll make me look silly. Last one, Chiefs, top spot. They have gone up 1 past the Brumbies, so the Brumbies are down 1. This is what I expected for both the Kiwi teams to do while the Brumbies were on the bye, but the Chiefs lived up to the billing. The Crusaders not so much. 85-7. Oh my goodness. They have got a 100% record at home this season, the Chiefs. If they can keep that up, they're basically guaranteed a Super Rugby final at home. And they should win it under Clayton McMillan. They've gone so far before, but never managed to go that final step. This seems like a good as chance as any. But like I said, it feels like the top 4 are your genuine contenders. They are all locked in for the playoffs. The Reds are all but locked in, but their recent form is pretty iffy. The Blues or Moana or the Waratahs will likely book that 6th spot, but whoever does that's got to go to the Chiefs land, and it's hard to see anyone getting it past them, to be honest. These bottom teams, their seasons are all done. The Force literally, because they've already played 14 games. The Drua and the Landers still 1 game to go. They get kind of a chance to play spoiler in the final week. But you guys let us know your thoughts on the power rankings. Like I said, I apologize for the Blues. That's just the way it kind of spat them out. And if you want All Blacks gear, by the way, down in the description I've got a link to the All Blacks store. They're an affiliate of the channel. They got some clearance jerseys and All Blacks kit for under 100 New Zealand bucks, $89 for from some All Blacks gears. It's pretty rare that you see an All Blacks jersey under 150, so check that out down in the description if you want to get yourself some kit. You guys take care, and talk to you guys again soon. See you later.